UNICEF's Director of Child Protection, and is speaking to us from Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Thank you so much for your time. The UN says in 2021 and 2022, the DRC had the highest levels of verified cases of sexual violence against children committed by armed forces and armed groups in the world. These are truly frightening statistics. You had a week-long mission to the country and spoke to children who have been through this trauma. What did they tell you?
Thank you very much for having me on this and for letting me speak about the children in DRC. The children are devastated. You know, multiple conflicts are already so traumatic for them. I spoke to a little girl, well, little as in 13, 14-year-old, who said that when she was fleeing her village, she fled with her mother, but then got separated. She was with an aunt who got raped on the way. And then she arrived at this camp that we went to today. She arrived alone, so she's essentially an unaccompanied young girl. And she was, she was given a tent and so on. But to survive, she had to go and collect wood to sell wood, and she was raped. And there are many, many, many more girls who have the same stories. And this is the sad thing. And in addition to that, there's sexual exploitation. These young girls are being exploited just for the sake of survival.
And rape is really being used as a weapon of war, particularly in the DRC. Why is it getting worse for children every single year?
As the violence escalated early this year, it's also the proximity of the groups. The armed groups have come closer to the populations. Violence and the frequency of the violence and the armed conflict have increased, and this is why the situation gets worse. They continue to be displaced. Sometimes they are displaced multiple times, and this makes them increasingly insecure. And in that process of displacement, they get separated from their families, and that makes it all the worse, and particularly make young girls very, very vulnerable. In addition to that, there's a shortfall of services, and then survival also becomes extremely difficult.
Sheema, what is the government doing to help these young people? Because these are essentially the children that grow up to be the future leaders of the country. But right now, they're going through massive traumas.
They are. We do work with the government, and in my time here, I've also had meetings with various government ministers and so on. We do work in partnership with them and in partnership with NGOs. We have also been asking that more funds are made available, which is very difficult for the government here. We have also raised a call globally, but UNICEF's call is only 11% funded. So all of this together makes it very difficult. The other thing that we are also asking for is to end impunity for violations against children. Perpetrators need to be brought to justice.
Absolutely. Sheema Sen Gupta, thank you so much for speaking to us and highlighting this very important story. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.